Hello guys, my name is Brian, the host of the Kenyan Aviation Media. Regular viewers of the channel know I majorly post Kenya Airways videos. Here is one more. Kenya Airways has been involved in 4 significant accidents, 2 being fatal. The first of the 2 deadly accidents happened on January 30th, 2000. It involved an Airbus A310-304. The second fatal accident happened in the morning hours of May 5th, 2007, involving a Boeing 737-800. I will focus on this accident today because it is the worst in Kenyan history, as it claimed the lives of all 114 people on board. On the night of May 5th, 2007, Kenya Airways Flight 507 was scheduled to fly from Abidjan, Ivory Coast to Nairobi, Kenya, with a stopover in Douala, Cameroon. The Boeing 737, with 114 people on board, 105 being passengers and 9 crew members, took off from Douala International Airport at around 12:06 a.m. local time. Severe thunderstorms were battering the area that night with heavy rains and winds. Despite this challenging weather, the Kenya Airways crew decided to depart Douala, while crews of other airlines elected to wait for better conditions. Tragically, just 24 seconds after becoming airborne, trouble began. The aircraft started gradually banking to the right, which the captain attempted to correct with the controls. At 42 seconds into the flight, the captain called out "OK command," likely thinking he had engaged the autopilot correctly. However, the first officer did not acknowledge this call, nor did any cockpit indicators confirm the autopilot was on. For the next harrowing 55 seconds, the plane was being piloted by neither the autopilot nor the human pilots flying it manually. As a result, the uncontrolled banking angle increased rapidly from 11 degrees to 34 degrees, triggering a bank angle warning in the cockpit. The captain's subsequent control inputs were ineffective and uncoordinated with the first officer, worsening the extreme banking situation. By the time the captain finally did engage the autopilot, the aircraft had entered an unrecoverable state, pitched 48 degrees downwards and banked at 60 degrees to the right at over 300 miles per hour. Less than 2 minutes after departure, the 737 plunged into a mangrove swamp just 5 miles from the airport, slamming into the ground at an incredible 530 kilometers per hour speed in a near vertical descent. The plane immediately broke apart into pieces, killing all 114 on board in a catastrophic crash and post-impact fire. The official investigation determined the probable causes were the pilot's loss of situational awareness, failure to monitor instruments, lack of coordination, and confusion over the autopilot after takeoff, ultimately leading to their complete loss of control over the aircraft. This preventable tragedy served as a harsh reminder of the potential consequences when pilots become spatially disoriented and fail to follow procedures, especially during critical phases of flight. It led to a new training protocol and safety recommendations to help prevent such events. However, nothing could undo the enormous loss of life that night, as the wreckage of Flight 507 became a grim symbol of the vital importance of maintaining situational awareness at all times in the air. If you found this video informative, a like would help. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.